afternoon and good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the Get Up and Go Show. This is Anne Marie of the Art of Healing, and I want to introduce to you today an extraordinary channel, a healer, and a spiritual life coach. He hails from the United Kingdom, and his name is Nilesh Mistry. Yeah, Mistry. Not mystery, but mystery. So without further ado, welcome Nilesh. And welcome Nilesh to the Get Up and Go Show.
Hi Anne, how you doing? All right?
I'm doing fantastic. So when I first started this and when Spirit downloaded this into my mind, I described it as a show where I get to meet my spiritual crushes. And so you are number two on the list. I am, I mean, not number two in terms of, oh, that sounded really bad. Not number two in terms of order, may I say. Let me just say you are the second spiritual crush that I have.
That's okay. Keep on digging, girl. It's fine.
So you are the second. Now I'm going to get beet red. Okay, so you're the second spiritual person that I've really never met before, but I have admired that is on the show. So welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Oh, wow. What is it you'd like to know? I'm pretty open to pretty much everything, really. So.
Well, tell us just where you live,
okay.
If you have a JOB, what your JOB is, what do you do? You know, just tell us who you are in a little snapshot.
Usual stuff. Okay, so I live in the UK, so that's United Kingdom to you guys, and Britain, and I was born here, so I've lived here all my life, obviously. I live in the Midlands, which is very kind of central to England. So I know most people associate London to England, and that is the centre of England, but it's not really. There's lots of other cities. So yeah, I'm in the middle. I'd like to be near more the sea, but I'm definitely not allowed to do that. So I need to be in the middle for some reason.
Interesting. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I don't know. They just don't allow me to move. There's a reason for it. So they never really revealed to me, the reasons why. Always, but I'm just put here, and I'm put here until I get, told to move. So,
you're not the first person to say that. You're not the first person that says that they have been guided to stay in a certain place, even though their ego might want to go somewhere else. So when you say they, who do you mean?
Yeah. Specifically, I'm talking about Father and Nettie. Those are the two that I tend to be guided by. Those are the two that I tend to have the most connection with. So yeah, it's they. Yeah.
And for those of us who might not know who Father and Nettie are, can you tell us a little bit deeper who they represent, who they are?
Of course. Father is Father Source God. He's the God of this particular universe, and I have a lot to do with Father. And we share information. Well, actually, he shares information with me, and I'm reminded of it. I have seen the divine.
Tell him I say hi. Tell him, yo, Anne Marie, she's saying hey from New York, okay?
No problem. You can hear me. It's all good.
Cool.
We hang out, we do stuff together, and there was this time where, people had this perception, like, why does God need to have, like, Nettie and share the plan? And because, someone has to execute that plan, and it's not just me, it's everyone here. We're all in it together. This is not something that's just one particular soul or being. Me and Father hang out. We kind of like do stuff, and I suppose the biggest role is to help Father to execute ascension. Really, that's what we're here for. We're here for ascension, and this is what it's all about. And my role is to make sure that it happens. that's what I'm here for. I'm here till the end, right to the end. I'm the last. Well, actually, that's not quite true. There's two beings here. There's me and another source being here. We'll be the last beings on this planet before everyone's gone. So we'll be the last to leave.
So
So
does that mean you will remain on the 3D
yes,
side of the split before you do?
I
Okay.
will be able to do both.
Okay.
Yeah, like many. I won't be the only one. There'll be many of you be able to do both. I will be the bridge that that gaps between 3D and 5D. So
So
those who are wanting to go can go, and those that don't have to.
exactly. Have you always had a connection with Father and Medi, or was it something that you had an awakening to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Oh,
afraid not. No, there are some things that have been consistent with me since I was a child. Two things really. One was love, and the other one is pure. And so they've been consistent with me since I was 7, because that's
mhm.
when I got here. I got here at the age of 7, and yeah, I came into my awakening about 6 years ago. And it happened when me and my ex-wife separated. We were together for 20 odd years and we were married for 17. So it was a long, long time. It was a big catalyst for me. Yeah, it brought me more into my knowing. I really didn't know much about the being I was until a few years ago. I was very much guided to go and see Alba a year and a half before I actually met her. I was told I was going to see her, and I was like, nah, that didn't happen. But a year and a half later, it happened. And even right up to the day,
Mhm.
you know, literally, I think it was like 45 minutes before I was due to see Alba. I was like, nah, I ain't going. And but I ended up going. I ended up
So
going because
tell us who Alba is. I know who she is, but maybe viewers do.
Albert Wyman is a hypnotherapist, and you can find her on YouTube. She's very well known, and she hypnotizes people into their kind of knowing. Really, you know, you get to access parts of your soul, parts of your being, parts of your mission, parts of your purpose. While in hypnosis, and she's brilliant at it. Obviously, she's
Yes.
excellent at it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I saw Alba. I got to see Alba another couple of times, and yeah, it took me a while to accept it. You know, it's a really big thing to kind of like be told this information, and I had trouble allowing it, accepting it, surrendering to it, and when I did, things kind of changed. So yeah,
That's you mentioned your separation and divorce from your wife. I was also together with my ex for 21 years
wow,
before it all
yeah,
until everything fell apart. It wasn't
yeah,
just the one thing that fell apart. But yeah, that's when my balls started rolling. Let's put it that
yeah.
way.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. It always tends to happen at some kind of, you know, major event in your life, doesn't it? It kind of like propels you into more, and you know, I was meditating more and yoga more and watching my diet and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but when I did the session with Albert, that kind of just blew open the door really, and it changed. So yeah.
Sure. Well, that's how I got to know who you were because my friend
Right.
Linda Hack,
Oh
uh,
yeah, I know
you
Linda.
know Linda? Yeah,
I
she's a
do.
dear friend, and I've already interviewed her for the show, so you have to go
Very cool.
and look for her episode. We both are speak light language,
Uh
and
huh.
she mentioned that she was going to see Alba in Orlando. I think it
Hmm.
was in Orlando, right? And
Yeah.
lo and behold, I see this video of this man being held down by all these gorgeous ladies.
Come on, Anne. Stop it. Come on.
It was hilarious. I mean, and
Yeah,
and
it's
and
funny. It
I'm
looks weird.
bringing that up because
Hmm.
you were literally shaking
Yeah.
when you channel, and I shake all the time
Brilliant.
to the point where I'm just like laughing. I'm just like, okay, take it. And so I wanted to actually talk to you about this because we
Yeah.
are in a 3D body. We are
Yes,
in
we
an
are.
earth body.
Mhm.
And how, in your experience, number one, what does energy do to your earth body? And number two, um, how, what should people think when it starts to happen, when you start to shake and that kind of stuff?
It's the reason that happens with me specifically is because I'm connecting to Father's energy, and his energy is vast. It's very powerful. It's overwhelming, can be overbearing sometimes, and the human body can't deal with it, and that's why you see the shaking. And so after a while, I work with my Father to tone down his energy, and it works out a little bit better. It's just a very high vibration. That's what you're feeling, and just go with it and see where it takes you. You know, it's a beautiful thing. There's many ways to express that vibration. You know, it doesn't have to be through shaking. You can just feel heat. You can feel an immense amount of light, an immense amount of peace, an immense amount of being balanced and centered and euphoria. And there's so many ways to experience that vibration, because there's no one specific way. It's just whatever is right for you, and go with it, own it, and go with it. You know, and follow it through. So yeah, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's just your way.
I really think it heals me too. I used to have a lot of lower back issues, and I don't know if you've ever seen a child stick their feet and then just shake in anger or something. Well, that's kind of what happens to me. I start to shake, and I really think it helps adjust the joints and the muscles, and I'm like, well, just let it go, honey. I mean, I could be like this hula dancer, you know. It's just let's just say, thank God I'm alone when this happens. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. It's good to know that that's what's happening, you know. It's good.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful thing. You know, like I say, there's no right way or wrong way. It's just what it feels for you. And yeah, you know, vibrational light is very healing. It can heal your body. It can change your vibration. It can do so much. You know, it can activate you in so many ways. You know, you can pretty much use that vibration for whatever you want. People don't understand that about vibration. You know, they just feel vibration is just a frequency, but they don't seem to understand that different frequencies can do different things. You know, and so Father's frequency and Meti's frequency is really clear. You know, when we did Deb's healing group this Saturday just gone, Father and Meti came in and they connected really strong, and that was intentional. I planned it for that way, and because it was needed and it's required, and we're going to go forward and do it that way. And the reason we do that is because their vibration is pure. It's like pure light, and it's pure love, and there's no expectation or intention behind it besides the fact that it's pure and it's love. And so what you do is when you assimilate that vibration, you can change it into whatever you want it to be for yourself. So, you know, if you're looking at raising your vibration, then it will do that. If you're looking at, healing, then it will do that. If you're looking at that blocks that you might have, then it will do that. There is no set expectation when it comes from, you know, Meti and Father, Source God. So that's how that works. People don't realize that. It's very malleable. It's very, it's very adaptable. It's very flexible. You can pretty much program it to do whatever you want. I don't like the word program because it reminds me of AI and computers, but, you know, very much kind of, you know, in tune with your vibration to whatever it is needed for you.
Would you consider like the intention of it? Maybe when it starts to come in, you could focus the intention on something and then let it go?
I actually just intend it to be love and pure. That's it. That's my only two intentions.
That's it.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's beautiful. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning did I mention it? I don't remember. That's okay. It's all good. Last Saturday, I spent over 3 hours with this gentleman on a Zoom call with Father and Meti, and the first hour and a half, I did nothing but run energy, channel, and I'm going to show you what I did. Page upon page of light codes.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Page
Yes.
upon page upon page. So I started out with a gold marker,
Mhm. Yeah.
2 whole sides,
Wow.
2
Beautiful.
more whole,
It's beautiful. I
and I
love it.
didn't, I mean, it was just coming out. Like
Yeah.
I was tapping in. I think Metatron, well, I pretty much know that Metatron is, I'm connected very well with him.
Mhm.
And I was all hooked up. It was nice. It was all really nice.
Love that. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was a beautiful experience. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still,
Yeah.
and if I'm still learning, I know there's lots of people still learning.
We all are.
We
Yeah.
all are. I
Yeah.
think
We all
we're
are.
all in that process. Is there
Yes.
anything that you personally do for yourself? Like, I'm assuming you've gone through or are still under quarantine over
Yes,
in
we
the
are.
UK.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So
are.
that being one of the reasons why I had to come up with something to get me up and go. What do you do in your life personally that allows you to get up and go?
I think the biggest thing for me is probably my meditation. So when I first started, I could only do like a few minutes and I was terrible at it. And then I practiced and practiced and never gave up. And I was very determined and I persevered, even though I wasn't yielding the results that I wanted from it. And I can meditate now for, well, anywhere between an hour and 3. But I usually do about an hour and a half and 2 hours. And that kind of sets me up for the day. I also have a bit of a set routine. So I always make my bed every morning. I iron my clothes. I have a shower every morning, obviously, and I try and eat good. I don't always. I love chocolate too much, and so that is my downfall
What? You
sometimes.
love chocolate?
Stop it, teasing
Could
me
it
now.
be, could this be why Spirit had me use this mug today?
Maybe. I like that.
I love it. That's wonderful. That's so wonderful. Yeah, yes, chocolate. That's all I can
Mm,
say. Yes,
mm,
indeed.
I love it. I love it. It's very addictive stuff, for
Do you
sure.
work, do you have a regular job or are you,
I do.
you do?
Yeah. Yeah. I work with people with mental health problems. I've been doing this for about 25 odd years now. And I came into it very accidentally. In
Mhm.
fact, I was introduced it via my brother, actually. He was doing it at the time. And I'm very fortunate because it comes very easily to me. I don't have to work very hard at it. And I think partly that's to do with my vibration.
Mhm.
And when you're sitting next to me, or even on a video call, as we are now, you will feel an immense amount of calm, an immense amount of peace, an immense amount of everything's going to be okay. You know, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how difficult, how stressful, how chaotic it can be,
Mhm.
it's going to be okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the beauties of when you raise your vibration enough that you just walk down the street and you smile and you change someone's day.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I'm a elementary art teacher, so
Oh,
I
wow, cool.
see little kids, kindergarten through 5th grade, and just I was I'm doing this online now, which is horrible. But I do miss the little ones. But they just come, the kids just come to me. They come because they want to feel loved, not judged. They can feel, you know, comfortable. Oh God, I miss them so much. Woo, man, oh man. So I miss them a
Beautiful.
lot.
I love that, Anne. It's wonderful. Yeah, we
Mhm.
need it. We need it on all spectrums, you know, not just
Yeah.
one particular area, but all areas of life. And I think this is why we've got so many light warriors and light workers all over the planet.
Mhm.
You came because you wanted to serve and you wanted to make a difference and you were all helping towards the ascension. And 5D is what we're all aiming for. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
so lovely. So as you saw, I brought up my chocolate mug, and please tell us your favorite mug. Can I speak in an accent? Would you be all right?
Of course you can. You sound very London, though. You sound
Oh,
very
thank
Cockney,
you.
but it's all right.
What the
Right.
hell do I know? I'm a New Yorker. Go ahead.
R2D2. I love R2D2. Like, yeah, it's my favorite mug. This is the kind of mug that I use on like Sundays, and for me, it's like having a cup of tea and like this silence around, and it's beautiful. I love that. That kind of like, that's my thing. Yeah.
That's
So,
adorable. Yeah, I came with the idea because it's something usually that greets us in the morning with
yeah.
some warm beverage that just fills our body with nourishment and warmth, and and it's something that a lot of us collect mugs. We're given mugs. They're special. They're more than just a vessel for something to drink. They're an emotion. They're an experience, a memory. So
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
really it. So
absolutely.
are you a Trekkie? Not a Trekkie. What do you call it?
Oh, come on, Anne. That was a classic mistake.
Please forgive me. It's all the energy. I'll blame the energy. Are you a Star Wars fanatic? I am a Trekkie. I am a Trekkie. I love Star Trek
Me too. Yeah.
like crazy. But so are you one of these people that adores that franchise?
Yeah,
Star Wars
I like Star Wars. I love some of the stuff it represents, and I love Star Trek too. I love both.
franchise?
Anything to do with the stars, like I'm in. I love that kind of stuff. Anything like fantasy, magical, mystery, all that kind of stuff. I love all of that. So yeah, I love it. I was brought up with Star Trek, and to me, it's like I mean, it's just one of the movies that I like. There are many, many, many others, but I do love Star Wars. Only the original, only the originals, not the new stuff. I'm not digging any of that, but definitely the originals. Yes, definitely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Since you're a Brit, and since
Yes,
you're not afraid of pop culture, which is kind of cool,
yeah.
um, what do you? We're also really big Harry Potter fans in this house.
Oh yeah, I love Harry Potter. Yeah,
You love Harry
of course I
Potter.
do.
You
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Harry Potter. How fantastic! That's so wonderful. My oldest son is he has tattoos all over, and he has the Death Star on one thigh. He has the Deathly Hallows on his arm. One of these kind of kids that carries his youth with him everywhere he
Yeah,
goes,
beautiful.
obviously.
Yeah.
So do you feel that these kind of, because media gets a really bad rap sometimes, and rightly so, rightly so. Um, what's your thought about these big franchises? What do you think about them in spiritual terms?
I think it's irrelevant. I don't think it's important. I think what's important is the message. That's
Mm-hmm.
more important than anything. So when we look at Harry Potter and we look at like, how Harry, Hermione, and obviously Ron, they all come together and they're a team and they're a unity, and there are times when they're apart and they have to work it out, and there are times when they're together, and
Mm-hmm.
we see that through all of the series of the films, and I
I'm
love
getting a
that.
jolt.
Yeah,
I got a really big hit of
yeah,
energy when you talked about that, because sometimes you get down this spiritual path and there's almost like, oh, you pay attention to movies, you watch movies, you can't do that, that's not spiritual. And I'm thinking, number one, it's a judgment. If you throw a judgment on that, well, then you ain't being spiritual either, are you?
it's very true.
So,
Yes.
and everything comes into your life for a reason. And that particular series, it has magic in it. It has a fair amount of darkness, but the final message is you
It's all
need
about,
love.
yeah, it's all about love. It's the most powerful thing
All
ever.
about love.
That's the only thing that really exists in the universe,
Yeah.
and that's a fact. Like there's nothing else exists besides love. It's the most powerful force that I know, and we create with it. People don't realize that we create with love, definitely. universes, planets, beings. You know, I have some memories. You know, I can remember Father creating many souls, and I've been there when that's happened. And I've also been there when many return, and that's always lovely to see. You know, when they return, because you forget, and then when you're reminded, it's like, you know, you are so overwhelmed by it. You know, many of you, and it's beautiful to watch. It really is. So yeah, love is the only thing. It's very powerful, very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running a lot of heat right now.
Sorry, that's me.
See what effects you have on us. I'm just
Stop it.
Stop it, Anne-Marie.
Mm.
Okay. Is there any other things you'd like to share, impart with anyone who might be watching the show, who maybe not, maybe just checking it out? They just ran across my channel and they happen to meet you. Do you have anything for maybe the newbie that the many thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of people who are awakening in this beautiful time?
Yeah, it's simple, really. One of the things about higher vibrations is that it's very simple. Sometimes humans complicate things. It's really simple. Follow your curiosity. Keep following it. You're at the stage now where you're curious. You're curious about what the government are doing. You're curious about, you know, you're curious about the cabal. You know, you're curious about conspiracy theories, and you're curious about UFOs. Follow it. Follow it and see where it takes you, because it will take you to, there's levels of it. You know, we start off with being concerned about what the government are doing, and then we learn about the New World Order, and then it takes you a little bit deeper, and you understand there's a Bilderberg group, and you understand that there are governments and heads of states that are involved with this, and then it takes you towards a cabal, and then the Illuminati, and then that links to the reptilians, and that links to the archons. And then you discover that's the 3D element of it. And then that's one stage. And then the next stage is understanding your galactics, but understanding that you're not just human. None of you are all human. You've got to understand that. You came from the galactics, and it's finding out which galactics you came from. That's the first stage. Palladians, you know, Arcturians, Lyrans, you know, Avians, they're all here. And so understanding your elements in regards to that, where you come from, the lives that you've had, the people that you're connected with. Let me be really clear. Everyone that you know is here on planet Earth. And if they're not, they're queuing out there waiting to come onto planet Earth. No one is anywhere else. You have got front row tickets to the greatest show ever in this universe. And 5D is a great show for sure. So follow your curiosity for sure. And then it will take you towards your ascended master, because you all are ascended masters. Yes, I'm talking about all of them. Yeshua, Saint Germain, every single one of them. Then it will take you to source beings. Yes, there's more than one God. There are trillions of them. And there is a particular source that's what one would say almost like in charge of this universe, almost like responsible for this universe. And then it goes beyond sources as well. So yes, there is more than one God. And the best way I can describe it to you is Father, Source, God of this universe. If we were talking in human terms, to me, this particular Father God is 12 years old. So, you know, obviously there's still a lot of room for growth, because, you know, one being a baby child and then 100 being like an adult human. That's the span I'm kind of comparing it to. There are many here that are a lot older. I know one that's here that's 24. I don't know why I know the numbers, I just do. And they are here. Yes, other source beings are here. That's a fact. They exist here. And the reason they're here is because they were asked to come here, not just by me, but many of you. Yes, you. And they were asked to come here to help us through ascension. That's what they were here for. Because I love Yeshua. I have a lot of time and a big place in my heart for him. And we tried it, doing it Yeshua's way, and using that vibration, and it didn't work. So this is why it needs to be done this way, to ensure ascension happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I was getting hit with light language while you were speaking, but not now. So We're all cool.
You
We're
know,
all pretty cool.
it's beautiful. And find out more. Let's be really clear. I'm not the only Metatron fractal or incarnation, whatever label you want to give it. There's many of us here, just like there's many Michaels and Gabriels and Uriels and Sandalphons, and there's many of us, many ascended masters, many Yeshuas, many Marys, many Mary Magdalenes. You know, there's loads of you here. To think that you are the only one, that's a very ego perspective. Put that to one side, you know. Come and join in with your community and own the fractal that you are and bring that vibration forth. That's it. Bring it forward. Doesn't matter about the label. Doesn't matter where it's from. I don't care whether I'm Meti, Michael, you know, whatever. Just bring that vibration in because it's needed. And if you want to know about vibration, well, feel mine. I'm with you on this call. You know exactly what it feels like. You're feeling an immense amount of love. You're feeling an immense amount of heat. You're feeling warm at the moment. You're also feeling very giddy. You're also feeling very calm. You're also feeling very peaceful. And that's my vibration you're feeling. And so I can do this, even though we might be thousands and thousands and thousands of miles apart. But this is how vibration works. This is what we're all capable of doing. So I am no different than any one of you. I'm here with you. My role is really simple. I'm here to hold a high vibration to balance out the light and the dark, and we've done that. And we are more tipped towards the light now. And I am here to walk with you. I don't have all of my gifts. I'm not psychic. I can't do light language, although I've been told I need to. Oh my God, I'm more stuff for me to do. But yeah, I don't have all of my gifts. You know?
If you'll allow me, maybe I can activate you.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
Oh, that's weird. That one was weird because I speak different languages. Like I will speak, well, I believe it's communication also from other star beings, from other,
Yes.
for other star languages.
Yes.
So it's that one just sounded like a big old stutter.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I felt that. Light language to me is a stepping stone that you're all learning. What light language is really simple. It is you are speaking vibration verbally. That's what you're doing. That's what light language is. And it's coming from various different sources, and owning it and speaking it is beautiful. The next stage is telepathy. That's what we're aiming for. So it's about seeing shapes, colors, sizes, and doing that with your best friend. You know, experiment, do it. You know, you have someone you connect with. I know you all do. So like, you know, do some telepathy and say, well, you know, let's do it at 6 o'clock on a Friday evening, and I'm thinking of a color. Can you tell me what it is? And hone your skill. That's how we do it.
That's awesome. I never thought of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna write my list of who we're gonna play with. It's gonna be great.
You all love that. It's all about playing. It's all about having fun. It's all about, you know, enjoying this moment. I know there's some serious stuff going on the planet, but, you know, just understand you're surrounded and you are in such good company. You really, really are. You're surrounded by angelics, you know, source being, ascended masters, galactics. We're all here. We're all here. And, you know, there's no need to fear, none whatsoever. You are in really, really, really good company. You really are. So have fun with it. Play a little while. I know it's difficult and I know it's hard during this current kind of, you know, state we're in, but, you know, I think we can try, you know.
Well, we sure are. And that's the reason why we have the Get Up and Go show, to play, to have fun, to learn, to expand our circle of friends, of friendship, of just to absorb it in and absorb in as high light as we possibly can.
Do you know what? I've got a challenge. I was just being guided to kind of say this to you guys. I've got a challenge for each and every one of you watching this video. For one day, and don't tell anyone, just for one day, this is just between you and I, for one day, say yes to everything, just for one day. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. For one day, I want you to spend the whole day and say yes to everything that happens. You know, if it's something that's going to harm you, then no. You know, please use your judgment, okay? Use your own sovereign being, you know. If something like that, then no. But, you know, for like, you know, things that are outside of your comfort zone is what I'm talking about. Things that you wouldn't normally do. You know, like could be a lot of things going, you know, boating or saying yes to a friend request, which you normally wouldn't, or connecting with someone that you wouldn't normally do, or doing something that would be totally out of your comfort zone that would freak you out. I want you to try it. Try just saying yes and be sovereign about it. You know, ask, you know, I don't want you to, you know, be cruel and horrible to yourself and put yourself in a situation where it's dangerous for you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, the kind of stuff that you say no to all the time. Try saying yes for that one day and see how different you feel. See how your vibration changes. See how your being changes. And this is how extraordinary you are. The fact that you can just flip like that. Try it. Give it a go. I dare you. I dare you.
I was thinking earlier today, the movie The Yes Man came into my head.
Yes.
So
yes.
we got the same wavelength.
We got some connection going on here.
We got some connections there because that came into my head, and I was thinking about that. He obviously does, you know, way too much yesing, but the whole idea is that what I am realizing for myself personally is I want to go with the flow as much as possible. And I want to trust in the fact that if something goes in front of my awareness, it's there on purpose.
Yes.
And it's there to give me a lesson, or it's there to give me a new experience.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what you're saying. So
yeah, exactly. It tells me two things really. One, it tells me, you know, that you're connecting your movie idea to actually vibration, which is exactly what we realize, full circle now. And the second thing is, you know, I think it's really important that sometimes we shift out of our comfort zones, because, you know, the reality is we don't really grow in our comfort zone because we're comfortable there. And the only way you're going to grow is to step out of it and be brave and step out of it. And sometimes challenge yourself in these ways is such a great way of doing it, you know, and you can do it. All of you can do it. I've seen you do it, you know. So yeah, try.
That's something that's great. And I think that's the perfect end to a wonderful interview. Nilesh, it has been a genuine pleasure. I love your giggle and laugh. Your spirit is just beautiful. That's why I was drawn to connect and to interview you and shed your beautiful light to more people. So thank you so much for your time.
Bless you. That's such kind words. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for sharing. And, you know, this is really important. I think it will help a lot of people. And this is what we're here for. We're here for you. We came here to serve. We came here to serve, and we're doing that. Yeah.
That's right. So thank you for and we bring to a close another edition of the Get Up and Go Show. I am Anne Marie of The Art of Healing, and see you next time.
Yes, thank you.